Whew! How the world has changed in the last few weeks. Here in the UK, we're currently under full lockdown, with social distancing in place, only essential shopping allowed, and only one form of daily exercise. I've literally had tears, tantrums and trauma over the first few days, and that's not even including my kids. But in all honesty, I'm so proud of my family, my team and the community around us, from the teachers who have learned how to keep some form of school running over Microsoft Teams, to the shop workers who have kept food and supplies on our shelves. So, having spent a week on lockdown, I thought it'd be a good time to share the lessons that I've learned. I have a feeling that we're all going to be learning a lot in the months ahead, but for just now, here are my top 10 takeaways from lockdown. At number 1, I hate to say this, but we are in this for the long game. An online group of IT gurus called the Tech Tribe recently reminded me of a concept called the Stockdale Paradox. Jim Collins coined this concept in his amazing book, Good to Great. Go read it, it's brilliant. And it's a story about United States Navy Vice Admiral James Bond Stockdale. Stockdale was captured during the Vietnam War and became a prisoner of war. In the time he was imprisoned, his captors regularly tortured and beat him, trying to gain valuable information about their enemy. Eventually, after 7 years, he was released and returned to his home in the United States. Yes, let that sink in, 7 horrible years. Many years later, whilst Collins was interviewing Stockdale about his experience in the prisoner of war camp, he asked him, so who was it that didn't make it out? And Stockdale's response was quick and profound. He said it was easy. It was the optimists that didn't make it out. Collins confusingly replied with, the optimists? I don't understand. Surely they would be the ones to have the power to make it through. To which Stockdale replied, yes, it was the optimists. They were the ones who said, we're going to be out by Christmas. And then Christmas would come and go. And then he said, we're going to be out by Easter. And then Easter would come and go. And then Thanksgiving. And then it would be Christmas again. And he said that they died of a broken heart. Stockdale, in his time there, maintained the unwavering belief that he would make it out. But he maintained the realistic belief that he could be there for some time. And my encouragement to you through this process is exactly the same. At Utopia, we are working to an 8-month plan. We're really hoping this situation ends way sooner than that so we can go back to work together. But we're also knowing that there's a chance. It could go on for longer. So yes, over the last 7 days, I've learned to be both optimistic and realistic. And number 2, you need a blank piece of paper strategy and you need to let go of some control. This situation means we're all going to have to give up on the beautifully crafted strategies we were working towards. 2 weeks ago, my team and I were designing our new HQ. Today, that plan's had to be put to one side and instead we're creating products and services we hadn't even considered there would be a need for. You can come back to your long-term strategy in the future, but for today, you're going to have to work day to day as this situation continues to evolve. I've also learned that businesses have to go through 3 stages in a scenario like this, in a crisis scenario like this. Stage 1 is simply survival. It's keeping things going. Stage 2, you're going to move to maintaining and adjusting to the new norm. And then stage 3, you're going to be fully adjusted to the new norm and you're going to start to thrive. In recognising that, it's really let me pace myself and feel more at ease with the transition that we're all having to go through. I also had to learn to let go of some control. As a business leader, I was used to having control of all the variables. Today, I've had to become comfortable with the idea that I'm not too sure what next week looks like, but that's okay. And number 3, create a workplace, a space that makes you feel at work. This took me a couple of days to master. At first, I had the kids working in the kitchen, sharing my computer. And remember, we're under lockdown here, so no school, no grandparents, no support. But I'm lucky, I had some space and I had easy access to computers. So I cleared the spare room and set the kids up with their own space. This freed up my space and allowed me to work at my own pace. We can then have a break in the kitchen together and we feel as if we're not surrounded by clutter and work. Some mindfulness. And number 4, give yourself time to adjust to all this craziness. It almost feels like we're living in a movie, so don't expect to be working as normal and with the same hours. It took me a few days to get into a routine, and to be honest, I'm still trying to work it out. We will adjust to this new norm, so please don't be too hard on yourself just now. And number 5, family and fitness are number 1. If you, like me, you're living with kids, then make sure they're settled and have some kind of structure to their days. Keeping them healthy and happy will make you find it easier to get through this. And also take care of yourself. If, like me, you're used to going to the gym, you're going to have to find other ways of keeping in shape. And also make sure you're getting your fresh air when allowed. I find my daily outdoor exercise is critical to keeping my mind focused and positive. And number 6, social distancing doesn't mean losing touch. This one's really important. A lot of people are calling it physical distancing. So have regular calls with friends, family, and of course work colleagues. Days pass very quickly. I saw one business that's organised a regular coffee break Zoom call. So the whole team come together and have coffee. One of my team was on Skype for a couple of hours the other day, not for anything specific, just to have a nice face and a voice, keep him company while he worked away. Number 7, make sure you have a comfortable setup at home. This is a really practical one. The couch might look tempting, but it'll be a quick way to give you back or wrist issues. You'll also be more likely to be distracted. Think about your space. Is the keyboard in a comfortable position? Is your mouse comfortable and close enough? Is your monitor in the right position? Have you got a clear desk? Have you got your chair set up correctly? Take breaks and move. Tony Schwartz, CEO of the Energy Project, says that employees who take breaks every 90 minutes report a 30% higher level of focus than those that take no breaks at all. They also have a greater capacity for creativity, and they also have better health and well-being. Search on the internet for things called desk stretches. These are going to keep you nice and loose when you're at your desk, and they're going to make you feel nice and fresh through your day. Number 9, communicate with the rest of your team regularly. Over the last week, I think many of us have become video conferencing gurus. With so many apps out there, it can be hard to know which one to use. For me, I use the following rules. WhatsApp's great for quick questions. Microsoft Teams is much better than email for inter-team communication. Skype is perfect for calls with less than 4 people, and Zoom is better for calls with more than 4 people. When we're not used to communicating remotely, it's so easy for misunderstandings to happen. That's why it's important to communicate clearly. For example, end your calls or your emails with a summary of what you're planning to do next, or a conclusion of the findings of what the meeting was, just so that everyone is always on the same page. When you jump on a call or having a virtual meeting, try and use video where you can. It helps everyone feel more connected to each other. You're able to see people's faces and their body language, which is extremely important in this crazy situation. When on video, another top tip is be sure to use people's names at the start of a question. It will get their attention and keep things moving smoothly. And finally, number 10, tip 10, make sure you lean into your IT provider. At Utopia, we are lucky to have a good handle on technology. This has meant that we've been able to move to remote working really straightforwardly. But in this unprecedented time, the last thing you should be worried about is how technology works and spending time troubleshooting. This is when your IT provider should be providing you with all sorts of tools and suggestions to keep you being productive. And they should be a reassuring voice on the phone. Remember, Utopia is there to help if you are looking for more support. So thanks, folks. I look forward to learning how to boss this whole lockdown situation. Let me know in the comments how you're doing. How have you adapted? What's been your biggest challenges so far? And what's been your biggest success? And remember, if you just want to chat to someone, I'm here. In the meantime, hit subscribe if you want to see more from us. Hit like if you found the video useful. And of course, keep washing those hands. Thank you.